is Halley. I'm a product designer. I love and appreciate beautiful, well-crafted things. I also really enjoy working with teams of creative, driven people to make great products. However, working with lean startup, sometimes you have to make do. So, we find that we're very frequently putting into the world things that we feel are not quite ready or maybe we're not comfortable with. But this is important because we want to fail early, we want to validate our learning, we want to take that information back and iterate. So the design methods that work with lean startups are quick, minutes instead of weeks, visual, getting it out of your head into a form where people can see it and react. It's important to work at low fidelity and high fidelity. Sketching has been a part of design and architecture for years and years, but we're used to seeing the high fidelity endpoint, and we kind of forget that sketching is a really important aspect of thinking. Working at different levels of resolution is a great technique. Low fidelity, like a hand sketch, is really accessible. Lots of people can do it, and it's something that you can react to and change. High fidelity is more realistic and is good for working out the details. I believe that everyone can draw. If you can draw a triangle, a square, and a circle, you can create pretty much any digital interface that I've ever seen. If you're working as a group, you can generate a lot of ideas, and making things on paper, reacting to them, talking about them, gives you an opportunity to do really fast cycles and find good concepts that you want to then test in other ways, in code or showing to other people. You can put things on the wall, like a picture of this visual sketchboard that we did for Lean Startup Machine, where people can put things and talk about them and gather around the board and have great conversations. This is a brief case study on how this works in practice. Last summer, I did a brief project with the Innovation Games Company in Mountain View, California. They do a kind of thing called serious games, which are currently real world and on the web, but they want to do an iPad game. So we decided to make a minimum viable product iPad game to explore what kind of serious games we could put into that platform. We'd never done an iPad game before, and we gave ourselves 1 month to do the minimum viable product. We started with some screen designs from a designer who was external to the team, and they weren't really working for us because the team hadn't participated in the construction of this design, and so there was a lot of confusion about, well, what does this game really do, and how are we going to do this, and what features matter? So we went back down to lower resolution. The first thing we did is we collaboratively sketched the workflow of the game. We sort of put the UI aside and started thinking about what's really happening at each step. This was great. Then the next thing we did was create some storyboards. This is a technique that UX designers often use. This wasn't just helpful for the team because it wasn't done collaboratively. So I learned from that and I built on that. And the next thing I did is created an omnigraphal prototype that built on the scenario. It illustrated each screen in the scenario. And this was a medium success also because it was visual, the team could access it, they could use it, but it was unwieldy. Not everybody in the team was an omnigraphal user, and so we were in a situation once again. So the next thing I did is I said, well, how can I take what we're doing and make it as lean and as lightweight and as visual and collaborative as possible? And I made a paper prototype. We made it out of paper, we played the game using the paper prototype, moving the pieces around, and that was a big win. After we did that, everybody on the team really understood the game, and it took us to a place where we could move into independent work with a shared vision. I created a clickable prototype in Balsamic this time. The front-end developers started building the code. The back-end developers started building the back-end database. And we were all in sync because we had that understanding. We hit our target. We got a game into the iPad store in a month. It is available. You can do a whole lot of learning at 99 cents a game, I have to say. And it was a great experience. So now the platforms continue to evolve. We have a game for sports players, we have one for wine lovers, and we have a branded version for people who love Ben & Jerry's ice cream. Now I have to say, I don't feel that this is the most beautiful or elegant work I've ever done, but it's very successful. We got it out into the world, and it's really happening, and we're learning. So thank you. I'm Lane. My friend Josh and I run a program called the Lean User Experience Residency, And we teach this stuff and we support this stuff. So if you want to do more user experience in a lean environment, please come talk to me. Thank you.